And welcome back, everybody. We are once again back off schedule for a podcast. We were waiting for post D23, and then D23 kind of meandered on the deliveries. So luckily, the Kraven trailer saved us for what
Yeah,
that's worth.
yeah.
So we're going to talk a lot about trailers and what happened at D23. But for members, you guys can expect three bonus topics. The Ironheart trailer, we're going to talk about that and go over that. We're going to talk about the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man reveals and Beyond the Spider-Verse, possibly moving to 2026 or 2027. So,
I thought I said
yeah.
3 to 4, not 2 to 3.
Yeah, it could be even further from what we understand, which, again, we're going to cover all that in there. But for the main show, we got a lot of trailers to cover. And before we get to that, as always, I am your host of this here fine established podcast slash show, Armin. Find three lies in what I just said, because fine established show might be all three of those.
I was
So,
gonna say the established fine
and,
he.
and show, yeah, it's all in there. Call me out on it, whether you want to or not. But as always, I am joined by my esteemed colleagues, Mitch.
That's definitely the truth. That's 100% true. Yeah. I mean, that's a stark contrast to being called a lowborn by Alden Diaz over on TNAP
Oh,
for liking Neo Genesis. Which, speaking of Neo Genesis, Pro and Noob every Friday on the Mitch 692 channel.
so I figured out how I'm gonna actually do it. Is guys, check out below in the description. You guys can find links to videos because that's all good. The community tab won't screw that up. So there you go.
Oh, it will. Yeah, I bet.
Oh
I bet
yeah,
you
it'll
will.
find a way.
Absolutely.
It's like Jurassic Park. Life finds a way. YouTube finds a
Yeah.
way to screw it up.
Yeah, so I got the Pro and Noob coming out, and I'm currently editing. Well, I'm trying to edit. Being sick as a dog, it's making it a bit difficult to concentrate. But I got my first of the Final Fantasy 14 videos coming out
Oh, nice,
sometime in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully.
nice. That's good. Also, we are joined by Tristan, who could tell you about what he's working on. Probably some anime girls, right?
Well, it's that gotcha game.
Yeah.
So yes, the
Zero.
anime girls.
Yeah. I got a couple videos already out. Not particularly focused on timelines. When everything to get out is to get out because it's a lot of stuff. You check out my stuff in the link tree. Also, Affinity is actually pretty good so far from the time that I had from it because I only got to learn like 20 minutes, but I was really surprised and good that they have a quick FX wheel or tab on the side so I can do quick edits right there and then instead of having to like learn every single thing on there.
Wow, imagine taking a shortcut. God damn.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Yeah, but the thing is that I don't know if the discount's still live, but I got it for like 65% off, so that's good for me.
Nice.
Oh, which one was that?
Da Vinci
Affinity.
Resolve. Oh, I think it was
Now-
Da Vinci.
No, Affinity.
Huh.
But the thing about it is that they give you all the programs for it with their perpetual license. So I got 65% off for like 3 or 4 programs all in one.
Oh,
Nice,
that's nice.
nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
I'm too trapped in Adobe to get out.
I left that after like all the the cancellation fees and stuff. I was like, nah.
I'm too stuck in the Sony Vegas train with
Ooh.
reoccurring things. So I'm like, yeah. All three
The
of
only
us are
thing
all
you
over
could
the
have said
place.
worse was QuickTime or like Final Cut. The
Final
only
Cut
way
Pro?
you could. Final Cut Pro is horrible.
Yeah. I used to use that, and that's what made in school we were forced to use that, and that's when I switched to Sony Vegas. I was like, I can't do Final Cut, people. I can't edit my final project on this thing.
But every lecturer's like, Final Cut Pro is the standard in the industry. I do not care.
I don't care. Yeah. That was literally my argument.
It's like they say that, and I see people using Adobe After Effects and stuff. I'm like, okay.
I mean, like me, I love After Effects. Spend hours in that thing. Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's the intro here, everybody. So with that out of the way, we do actually have a pretty solid show here. So we're gonna get into our first topic, which is something not so solid, which is the Kraven trailer. Now, the first thing I noticed is they called this Kraven and not Kraven the Hunter. So that was interesting.
Because
Because he only hunts donuts.
Yeah.
It's a Ben Affleck biopic, you know.
It's just Kraven new trailer. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Well, you can call it a new trailer, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because for people who don't know, this has been done for like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Even though they reshot it not that long ago.
And it's like not even just that, right? Like you look at this thing, right? Just look at it. It's pretty much just scenes from the first one all over again, and they added a couple extra things like the Rhino.
Oh, was the Rhino in the trailer?
So I'm trying to figure out what happens because the way it's cut is a man called the Rhino just living among rhinoceroses in Africa. Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna put out a thing here. Because remember, villains aren't born; they're made.
Ah.
Funny, but
man.
Sure are we that Sony hasn't done a Sony, and they haven't combined Rhino and Chameleon?
Oh no.
How sure are we that hasn't been a thing?
Could you imagine that being like, you didn't see it, Sergio, but when the lion bit you and his radioactive blood entered your bloodstream, your brother was
me.
Yeah, your brother was also hit by a rhino who was radioactive.
Yeah, well, I just went to look like a quick scan over the trailer. He appears really quickly in like the 213 to 217 mark. So
yeah.
Rhino or Chameleon?
Rhino.
And Rhino's not in the trailer. People are just bugging out. I don't know what we're talking
No, he's in it, and it's funny
No,
because
that's not Rhino.
He isn't.
There's no Rhino. That is a grey man, Tristan. That is not
like
a
he isn't naked either. He has to wear pants.
That is
like,
a grey man.
What
Very
is
sick man.
unfortunate about this thing is that, like, Chameleon is in this. We know this. We've kind of known from early castings, and obviously it's his brother. It's unfortunate because they literally set up Chameleon in Spider-Man Far From Home, and that was supposed to lead to Kraven, which was the initial idea. Remember, he was like the bus driver who he couldn't get a scan on, and like the actor looked like, I was like, oh yeah, that's a Russian dude. I could definitely believe that's Chameleon. And it's like, nope, they're just never going to follow up on that now because
maybe they still can. We don't know.
Well, once this bombs, probably.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, look, this is going to make more than Morbius and Madam Web, but not much
I genuinely don't believe that.
You don't think so?
If it's more, it's like dollars. It's nothing substantial.
Okay, so Madam Web had a box office of 103. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Morbius.
No, I don't think we're going to have a Borderlands situation here, though.
No, that's impossible.
Hilarious if we had another Borderlands this close. But
that is impossible, but Avi Arad could be 3 for 3 this year, which would be amazing.
Could. There's no implication there of that he's not going to be 3 for 3. Like, he is going to be 3 for 3.
I like Avi Arad talking about box office bombs. He just becomes Dennis. I'm talking about the implication of the bomb. This doesn't sound right, Abby, but it's the implication. Trust me.
He's like, no, the kids are all saying it. It's the bomb. The bomb's good.
Man, look,
like, no one said that in like 40 years. What are you talking about?
The kids are all right. Abby, what decade are we in? Come on.
It just turns out every old man in America's like the cognitive decline is really bad at this point. Right.
Oh, that does make sense because
start slurring his words on Twitter.
Like, look, Sony, I don't know what you were thinking. Kraven, I don't think is the answer to your woes. I really don't think, especially in December. I do not see it. Like,
imagine everyone's happy for Christmas and there's that one family that goes to see Kraven.
Oh God.
Like, what's worse, your dad walking, like going to get milk and never coming back, or taking you to see Kraven?
and then it just starts a family like log feud on Christmas. It's
like the family will just leave the dad there. Complete role reversal.
Dad, you screwed up on this one. Everybody just walks out.
Exactly.
It looks bad. I'm sorry. It looks bad. Does it look marginally?
There's literally no one on the internet that's going to disagree with you.
There's a reason why it's coming out on Christmas, because there's not going to be much people going to the theater. so they can blame it on that.
I mean,
thought Christmas was a really good time for movies.
it is for good films and
Yes,
blockbusters, but not this.
Fair point. A fair point.
Because
Yeah.
remember they dropped like Punisher Warzone dropped for Christmas. It was like, what were you thinking? What were like why? It was like, boy, do you know what I want to do? Celebrate Christmas by going and watching Frank Castle blow coke heads up with rocket launchers. That's
In fairness, I can't think of anything the average like Midwest Southern American would love more on Christmas
You just get
than a white dude going around slaughtering people with guns.
I mean, you get some people saying, "Well, that's what Die Hard did." So
Yeah, it's a fair point.
yeah. Point proven. Point proven. Kraven, is there any closing thoughts? Because we've made fun of it, we haven't talked much about it, and I think all we can do is make fun of
talk
it.
about.
Exactly.
Like, cool. He has the vest on. The vest looks like actual ass. The
Yeah,
movie
it looks bad.
like ass. Whatever the
doesn't-
hell that grey thing is, looks like ass.
It all
I'm
looks.
not watching this movie.
I'm gonna watch it because luckily I'll get free tickets, but that's it. That's the extent of my watching it. Like,
I mean,
look,
everyone can get a free ticket, right?
true. And Sony has fooled me too many times for me to count. Okay, I'm not falling for it.
That's because they saw the amount of times you're like X-Men Apocalypse, yeah. Dark Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
Madam Web, yes. It's like, oh, this guy.
This guy, he's drinking something. All right. Or
see, it's not your fault. If you didn't do that one like X-Men Apocalypse bit or whatever movie it was way back when, we wouldn't be
it was
here
definitely
right now.
Apocalypse. It's true. Diverging timelines. Somewhere out there's a better result. Man, so Kraven is coming. It's gonna make money. I'm gonna guess it's gonna make like 200 million. That's my guess. That's
What in total?
Yup. I
Wow.
think China is gonna gobble this one up.
Oh no way! I wouldn't ever badmouth China that much. There's no tentacles. There's no way.
China loves bad Sony films.
They love Venom movies,
Yeah.
which in fairness is still out this year. I completely forgot about that. So that's going to be something. But
Oh, we don't even know the budget on Kraven. Nobody's even talked about it. Ooh, that's bad.
it's too much. Whatever it is, it's too much.
That's true.
Yeah. If this
Well-
movie makes 100 million, I'll be very surprised.
What am I seeing right now? I just searched up Kraven. Kraven the Hunter trailer drops as Sony pushes. Kraven the Hunter is coming out this year. Did you forget? Well, given Deadpool and Wolverine reaching $1 billion box office, is there a chance Kraven? No! No, there isn't, Yahoo. This is why nobody goes to Yahoo.
I was going to say, what are you doing on Yahoo?
If I need bad taste,
Go
I'm
ask
just going to go
Jeeves.
to Yahoo.
Go ask Jeeves. See,
Ask Jeeves.
he might be in
Wow.
a retirement home, but you never know.
Oh man. Well, there we go, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed us talking about Kraven the Hunter, and we'll talk about this at some point, unfortunately, once again in the future. So
I
stay tuned.
apologize.
Yeah, apologize in advance. With that out of the way, let's talk about the Thunderbolts trailer leak, which
Yes.
hit after D23. We got our first look unofficially, unfortunately, but for their sake, it's probably the best case scenario that it's unofficial because there's a definite feel of this leak that's like, oh yeah, this is a not intended for a consumption trailer.
I better hope so, because I was like, what am I watching here?
Yeah,
You two are tasteless.
no, this
No,
thing
that
was.
trailer was so good.
I got a razzle dazzle.
No,
I
that
like-
trailer was so
Okay,
good.
so the things that I liked about it, the character moments and interaction. What I didn't like about it was they don't tell us a whole lot, which again, it's a sizzle
Can they
reel
tell you the
trailer.
entire plot of the movie?
Do they though?
Sometimes,
Yeah, they do,
sometimes
they're like-
accidentally.
It's
Sometimes
literally a case of
accidentally.
like, cool. It's what the leak was. Like they're all brought together by some random assignment, and it turns out to be a trap. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
that's
don't- they don't-
literally what that entire trailer told you. And then it's like,
Yeah.
cool, Yelena's got to go get her dad because she needs people, and I
Yeah,
assume he still has
I guess-
contracts on movies on his contract.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, 'cause if I
And
remember
hey, here's
correct-
Century.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, is just like they have each of them have a contract and not told or aware of each
Right,
other. So
right.
they're going to be fighting each
Yeah.
other to get the contract.
And of course, it turns out that Val's the one behind everything, and yada yada yada. She's brought Avengers Tower, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's I wonder if that's then like did we find out who owns Avengers Tower in this one or no?
Oh, 100% it's Val. You can see the tower, and like they literally have shots of the inside of the tower in that trailer. It's the same windows and everything. I know windows are windows, but it's like that's absolutely
Yeah. I wonder if that's how they're gonna play it up. Which honestly, fine. That's something. I just think I wish they could have put something out there for public consumption, but I get I kind of guess why they didn't. They're gonna do it later on this year when they have a slow time because like they just put out Deadpool and Wolverine. They got nothing till Falcon and Winter or Captain America 4 coming out. And
imagine not saying Captain America.
Yeah, I was thinking of Falcon and Winter Soldier because Winter Soldier's in this with his terrible haircut.
I'm holding judgment on the haircut because I can't figure out the quality of that trailer. If it's people are saying it's a bob, and I'm not sure if it's a bob or if it's got like a ponytail. Like, I can't figure out exactly what's going on there. Like, it's kind of
yeah.
It's like the suits, right? I'm holding off on completely judging them until there's a proper look and you can actually see detail, not like grain and the haze of nerd sweat.
And honestly, like I get some of the changes to the suits. Some of them look better than others.
I was gonna say because it sounds like at least 4 of them, and I can't remember the 4th one. It's Taskmaster, Ghost, and US Agent. I think it's probably Yelena, actually, are all contracted by Val.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're all wearing black and they all look similar.
Right.
So their own little twists, because like, oh, she's clearly funding these 4.
Yeah.
But I like the Ghost look. The Ghost look looks fine to me.
I'm more on the Ghost look fine, I guess, but Taskmaster is straight up garbage. Like, I do not like. It's just
he looks like he's. I forgot they did the whole gender swap thing. It looks like the Udon suit, which everyone said about the last one, but this one, like, the mask looks more in line with that. I just wish it wasn't as flat.
Yeah.
Because it's just looking like Grievous, a bit too Grievous for me.
Yeah,
but I don't mind. I don't think it's trash like a lot of people are saying, but it's just a bit more like, just give it like an eyebrow, like a bit more definition.
You know, what it looked like to me was if Taskmaster was on a Netflix series for Marvel. That's
I've seen that a lot,
I was like, this is like Jeff Loeb siphoned too much money, and he was like, oh yeah, we just gotta slap this like airsoft mask and just make it white. All right.
Yeah. It's also probably not the only suit they'll have in the movie.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope.
Because the worst suit in this thing is whatever the hell Red Guardian's wearing.
Yeah.
Whoever thought red and tan hockey pads was a good idea?
Because he's Canadian.
Is he Canadian? Is red and tan Canadian? No.
I mean, that's why if he's wearing hockey.
Oh, the hockey pad. Yeah. It's sinuses, brain fog stuff.
But yeah, the mask on Taskmaster, I was like, are they really that afraid to like have it be like a skull face or something?
Yeah, it's not a case of fear. Well, they're afraid of China, sure, but
yeah,
can't do.
Because I know that China has a thing. Yeah, because I know China has a thing for like undead, where like anything that goes over there, they cannot show like actual like skeletons or anything. They have to make them zombies, or anything like that, so they don't see the skeletal structure or anything like that.
Why don't remember how they made a China cut of Iron Man 3? What they should do is have somebody release the Chinese cut of Thunderbolts where Taskmaster looks how she does in this, and then just CG an actual proper Taskmaster mask on the character elsewhere.
I like how China gets the non-CG one. Why can't the rest of the world get the non-CG one? China get the CG one.
Sure, let's swap it. Interchangeable, I guess. Just do that. Cause
I was gonna say, like, give us the quality at least.
My God, again, I think we'll talk more about this when we get the official trailer out in the public, which
Yeah.
I assume is going to happen somewhere towards the tail end of Agatha. That's how they typically try to,
Yeah, I could see that.
so-
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like the Void is in Agatha or something
Nah.
like that. They
Yeah,
tie it
yeah.
that way around.
So we'll be back. We'll circle back around to this in due time, but stay tuned and more Thunderbolts news this fall. With that in mind, with D23 going by, the one thing many insiders told us was Moon Knight Season 2 will be announced.
Womp womp.
No,
Well-
Moon Knight is gonna be in some shows, but he won't have his own show.
What show's Moon Knight in?
Oh, you forgot it already?
Doesn't exist.
I mean, apart from his own one, no.
Is
What
he in?
Oh,
Get out of here!
You guys already forgot about that?
Yes, because it's
I
not.
haven't
canon.
even watched season 2. It is
Nope.
not on my.
They made a big deal out of it. Remember, it's
Look.
saying
I also only pay attention to D23 when it was the movies and TV shows. Anything with animation, I was just like, ugh.
Here's the take on Moon Knight and What If. What if bad? There you go. That's
Yeah, it's
that's
true.
it. Done.
but he's gonna have a giant mecha.
Yeah,
Cool.
great. What a
I want
totally
season
original and
2.
never done before idea from a What If show. Could literally do anything you like and you do mechs. Cool.
They have the whole possible multiverse to do what if anything interesting. They're like, what if Sam and Moon Knight had mechs? Oh, genius.
The whole pitch for this show was we have 3 seasons and they took that as 3 ideas and they ran out
Yeah.
of episode 1.
Now, how about like Moon Knight gets a proper, I don't know, second season, which they literally didn't announce anything new at D23 in terms of live action. No return plans for Moon Knight, nothing. Like, I'm starting to get worried we're not getting a second season. Like,
Oh, I think we are. Yeah. With how they didn't announce anything, it was all just, hey, here's what's coming up in the immediate future for like between Comic Con and D23. It's literally nothing's been announced. We don't even know what's between the 2 Avengers movies.
yeah.
We don't
It's
even know
wild.
half the stuff leading into those movies. You need to.
Yeah, their slate is wild because we're missing like 4 movies and like 4 or 5 placeholder TV show dates that they just haven't announced. You're like, what is going on, guys? Like,
I reckon what they've done is half the stuff that they didn't announce before is now going to be post Secret Wars. And it's like, how do we make this to mutants? Like,
I can't wait to watch Wonder Man in 2028 because they didn't even announce that.
No. What did they announce? Nothing.
Yeah, they just came out. They're like, hey, those things that we shot 3 years ago, it's going to come out next year. Goodbye. What?
They are
Man.
picking themselves up off the floor. Feige
Yeah.
spent all the money on hair plugs. He's afraid that having no hair has lost the talent.
This has turned more into missing projects topic, which you don't find because, like,
What was it supposed to be about anyway?
Moon Knight season 2.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Being vaporware at this point, like Half-Life 3 style, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. We'll get him a season 2.
Just
I can't see
watch.
why.
They're gonna roll Moon Knight's rest of his story and like Blade and Ghost Rider all into just Midnight Suns and push that out the door.
I mean, that means they have to actually start Blade, so no.
No, I'm just saying they're gonna cancel Blade. I don't think that thing exists anymore.
No. I don't
Cut
think
your
Armor
losses.
Wars exists anymore, to be honest.
Honestly, what is going on over there? Man,
But they're cutting fat, right? They're reshuffling everything. They're trying to get the multiverse saga out as quick as possible, right? So you don't announce anything between it to pad it out. It's just like, hey, here's the big beats we're gonna hit for the next 2 Avengers movies. Once that happens, then it's like, here's everything you've been missing. Everything's been reworked for mutants, and that's gonna be what they announce.
oh my
I guarantee it.
It literally feels like that this entire phase and everything they set out to make, they're just throwing aside as quick as possible just to move along. Be like, okay, let's just
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
Since the whole Kang reception and Jonathan Majors, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sad, but like,
I mean, hey, what can you do? Stuff happens, right?
yeah, because like, again, there's still other things we know were in development or in discussion. Like, 3 weeks ago, Kevin Feige and Brad Winderbaum literally say, hey, Nova is coming. We can announce it now. No mention of Nova. Nothing. Like, I was like, at least expecting something. Like, man, what is...
I forgot they announced Nova, yeah.
Yeah, like, just out of the blue. Nobody even asked. They were just, like, doing the rounds. They're like, oh, yeah, we're working on Nova. It's like, nobody asked you, but thanks. Cool. And then nothing happened with it.
I've
Like,
been begging for that thing for 10 years. Thanks, Feige.
yeah, like, what is... I think Marvel is just... Yeah, I think they're ditching what they had in plan.
Yeah.
They're going to rush past it. I won't be surprised if they just literally toss out Wonder Man at a random time next year. It's like, we forgot to announce this. Sorry, somebody didn't put it on the PowerPoint. Here it is.
Has Wonder Man actually filmed anything?
It finished.
No.
Yeah.
When?
Oh,
But
months ago.
Right. Well, let's say hypothetically, because I can't remember. Hypothetically, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but hypothetically, you're right. If you look at like Ironheart, just jumping ahead a little bit, like they've clearly held that thing back to make sure the CG's decent.
Yeah.
So like I bet you that's a lot the case. Like, right, we're gonna slow down the rollout of TV shows. We're gonna make them to a standard that we're happy with, and make sure it's all fine. Like we're not gonna just change an idea randomly halfway through a CG plate being done. I reckon that's what they're doing. They just slowly, they've rolled it back. They rolled everything back to basics, and they're just gonna casually push everything out.
I mean, I could definitely see that. And also, like, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but Daredevil Born Again, and then they announced, yep, we're going to be shooting the second part. Like, they officially announced that. Like, I think they realized, hey, guys, how about we just spend $60 million shooting a season of Daredevil instead of $200 million shooting something super CG heavy, Like,
well, the thing with Daredevil, it was always going to be essentially 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
18 episodes. Like, cool. Well, that's 9.
Yep.
You just cut it in half at this point. You were always going to film that regardless. But
yeah,
it's just a cheeky little marketing tactic because they haven't specified if this is still 18. I don't think.
Yeah, no, not really. They're just like, they haven't talked about it, and it's.
I also bet you next year they'll be like, "Hey, here's how the slate looks."
Yeah,
this was all damage control, for a lack of a better phrase. It's just like, here's why you should be excited about things we have coming up. Ignore everything here, that the burning of the studio down, because that's not important right now. We're fixing that. But like over here, good. Like, looky, get excited about this one.
Yeah, it's sounding like D23 is happening next year, obviously. Or no, it's 26 is the next big one. It's every other year. So next year, that would mean they're probably going to do that Disney Plus Direct or Disney Major Showcase, which they do in the interim years. So
true, yeah.
That'll probably be how they announce stuff. But again, like, I just want some of these missing projects to be announced, please. Like, just come on, Yeah.
No, I'm with you. It would have been nice to know, but if they haven't finalized everything yet, then I'd rather just focus on immediate stuff to, the dangly key distraction, as opposed to having to worry about the 1,000 projects they announced and then they're having to reshuffle and rework. Like, it's,
right.
I came out of D23 and Comic Con like actually excited for stuff, not oh my god, everything's in the shambles. And it's because they didn't go to announce and like show the reshuffling of everything. They actually did what they should have done personally.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Like, I felt like this was a decent enough showcase to show us what's coming, but not announce new things, which, again, many missing projects. But I guess we'll find out.
Eternals 2, for example. Like, where's that?
Yeah, we'll talk about a little bit about that stuff. But let's jump on to another trailer they showed off and dropped publicly, which was the Agatha All Along trailer. Yep, this is, look, I was always going to be sold on this because it's the weird occult stuff. So, yeah.
People hated this show for no reason other than it was an Agatha show.
Whammon.
How quickly everyone forgets that WandaVision just took over the internet for like 7 weeks
Right, yeah.
when that came out. Like, why are you mad for more? It's the exact same people working on it. Like, you all loved Agatha when that show was coming out. Like, I know it's called
forget
Eddie
them for what they did the division. So made him white.
Made him white.
Yeah.
What's wrong with being white, Tristan?
He needs his color back.
What's wrong with being white, Tristan?
Ricardo's about
America,
to
what's wrong
parachute.
with being white, Tristan?
Ricardo's about to parachute into this
spices.
podcast like freaking
Bland.
Ricardo is white vision. Let's be honest here.
So, all right. The Agatha trailer. I've seen a weird reception to it, where people aren't now saying it looks bad. 'Cause people are like, well, it looks good, but they're trying to nitpick all of it, being like, why is it about this like coven of witches?
It's a Marvel trailer. That's why everyone.
Yeah, it's like, why is it about witches? Because witches are women. Warlocks are men, so if you're doing the witches road, you need women.
Also, funnily enough, it's a spin-off from a show about
witches. Yeah.
Shock, I know. But Scarlet Witch is in fact.
Whoa! Slow down there, Poindexter. Let us all catch up with you. This is a lot, okay?
Sorry, I'll rein the nerd in.
My God, we can't all keep up with this logic, Mitch. Come on.
I know, it's crazy. Hold on, I got to blame Snuzz because Ronnie knows. It must be the nerds on Twitter.
Oh man, it's like it looks good. It looks different than some of the most recent stuff we've gotten. It looks great. Like,
I really like how it looks to like homage like a horror thing every episode.
Yeah.
So obviously we saw a bit of that in the teaser, but you got a bit more of it here. It's like, no, this is this is the way you should take the Witch's Road, because I adore that thing in the comics. Like, that run for Scarlet Witch is great, but this is like, yeah. I just wish they stopped trying to act like the teen isn't. I can't remember which one it was, Billy or Tommy.
Oh, Billy, or wait, now I'm confused too.
I think it's Billy.
I think it's Billy. Yeah.
It's just like, come on, guys, everyone knows it's Billy.
It's like, yeah, come on, like, come on.
Like, we all know you're doing like the fulcrum stuff. Right, just go with it.
Yeah. It's honestly, the trailers got me hyped. Like, I'm hoping they don't oversaturate and release a bunch more stuff. I think what we've gotten is enough to get the mystery and intrigue going into it. So,
you mean you don't want another 6 different trailers all cut slightly differently, so you have no idea?
I sure hope not. I know they're probably going to do it, but
I'm mad, to be honest.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't show everything in the show, I'd be fine with it.
Exactly, yeah. Like, hide a lot. And I'm hoping they did the thing where a lot of this stuff is from the early episodes and they're keeping a lot of stuff secret, you know? Like,
100%.
I
just can't wait for history to repeat itself, where I'm the only one excited for WandaVision. And it turns out WandaVision was like the one unanimously people liked.
That and Loki.
So true,
yeah. But also, like,
Agatha the Good.
There's a factor in this that I think a lot of people are excited to just point at everything and once again scream Mephisto.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Because Jared's already on it, I'll tell you.
It's gonna get the TikTok algorithm up for all those people that don't know anything. They're like, that's Mephisto, and that's Mephisto, and that's him. It's like, of course it is.
Oh, Blu-ray Angel and Soups,
the typical people you can expect to do it. So
if it's not Mephisto, it'll be Kang.
A black person shows up in the neighborhood. It's Kang.
Oh, sorry, you'll be Doom. No, my bad. I forgot.
Oh.
But in fairness, you could so easily tie Doom into this.
You could. Very easily. My God.
Like, oh, what do you mean Doom's mother was a witch? Cool.
Yeah.
Right there.
See, if I was
Doom's
them,
mom was the original Scarlet Witch? Cool. Boom. Right there.
Yeah, if I was them, this is how I would do if there was any emergency reshoots to pivot. This is what that's exactly what I would have added. Being like,
100%, yeah.
Boy, we looked into this whole Witches Road thing. Did you all hear about this ancient witch, her son Victor, someone or rather's powerful sorcerer? Yeah, we don't have time to talk about that. Oh, okay. Like,
And everyone's like, "What's this show about?" It's just like, well, it's like the most important thing now.
Yeah. It's. I hope that this show does hit the way I think it's going to. But
I hope so.
you never know. Like
I said,
feel like-
I'm just hopeful for a good show. I just want a good show at this point.
you
if it
saying Echo was
expands
bad, bro? You saying Echo was bad?
I'll be honest, I forgot about Echo. I enjoyed Echo, but goddamn, that feels so long ago.
It feels years ago, and it was only
Was
January.
Echo this? Oh wait, wow,
Yeah.
it was this year. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It didn't help that they dropped it all at once. Like
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
That
Are
really.
they doing
didn't-
that with Agatha, or is Agatha?
No, it's weekly.
So far it's weekly with
Nice.
the premiere of 2 episodes. I
yeah,
think.
that's what it
Nice.
is. You know,
Nice. That's what I
which,
like to
you
hear.
know, that's good. That's good. Like,
That means they'll be 20 minutes long, and we're back to the one square one.
I hate knowing that because that's true. You just know the first episode ends. It's going to be Agatha doing all the crime stuff. The first episode's going to end with her mind being, woken up to what happened. And the
100%,
second episode is exposition dump and a little of the witches, and it's like, come on.
We'll have the little
on.
hook at the end of the second episode to
Yup,
get you
yup.
back. Right.
Oh, I hate it.
Mm.
But you just know that's how it's going to go because they got to buy their time with their 25-minute episodes.
And everything's filmed in the middle so they can put it on Instagram and like TikTok. Yeah.
I hate that I saw the video where the dude pointed that out, and now I can't unsee it with everything Marvel. Everything is framed in the center shot, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
In fact, it's not everything, but it's one of those like, wow, they do this a lot.
Yeah, they
This
do.
is something they do a lot. God.
Uh-huh. It's wild. So, any closing thoughts on the trailer? I think it just looks great. It looks like a great show. I can't wait for it.
Cast is stacked.
Yeah.
I hopefully Aubrey Plaza isn't just playing her Legion role. That's my fear.
That would be interesting. Like, that could be a good reveal, but I don't.
It's a weird spot. I can't. Who was she? Was she Mojo?
She was just Aubrey.
No,
Plaza.
she was the Shadow King, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah, or something. I
Yeah.
can't remember. I never
Yeah.
watched the third season. Season 2 killed it for me. So
Oh no,
No.
same boat. But
yeah,
I just can't remember who the villains were in that thing. I'm pretty certain she was Shadow King, or Shadow King who possessed her. It was some
something
crap
like that. Yeah.
like it could be an interesting reveal if that was the case. I don't think it's gonna be. Maybe she's Cthulhu. Who knows?
Huh. That'd be cool. Sure, why not? Yeah, well, why not?
I- that's one good show.
The two people with taste here are excited for this, and Tristan's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I watch it.
Say Tristan's still molding that Vision's white.
Yeah.
I'm about to toss some Zenless Zone Zero characters in this to make Tristan watch this. They're just gonna pop up on the screen.
It depends, because
Oh, yeah.
some of them are pretty trash.
Yeah.
'Cause it's all about min-maxing.
I play daily, so I know. I know.
Listen to these two degenerates go off. Like
Hey, it's about min-maxing. Gotta see those numbers go up.
It's true.
Tristan, I'm a Monster Hunter fan. I know about min-maxing.
Yeah, I know about it.
The
I actually
pain
just
of
installed
min-maxing.
World, and I'm playing it on PC,
Oh.
so it's good. It's good. Getting
I'm
ready for
holding out to
Wilds, I think.
Wilds.
Is that the next
Yeah.
one, Wilds?
Wilds,
Yeah, Wilds is the
Getting
next
hyped
one.
for that, so there we go.
We've got the monkey game coming this month, so that's got to take priority.
True. Well, I guess we're gonna
Agatha.
jump onto our last topic. Not Agatha. We're jumping on to Daredevil Born Again. Yes, the leaked trailer that was shown off at D23 and a bunch of info that came out right prior to D23, then during it, and then after because of cast interviews and all that. And you can tell Kevin Feige is very happy that this show seems to be exactly what everybody hoped it was going to be, which is just Daredevil season 4.
Yeah. We've never been more back than we have right now.
Yeah.
Until they kill Karen and Foggy off, then it's over.
So, I mean, through interviews and what we ended up finding out before D23 was Foggy was essentially just going to show up for one scene in the original initial version, right? And be like, oh yeah, we got history, but it was not going to be the same Foggy, and the history was not the same. Karen was nowhere. She wasn't even in the show. And yeah, they recast, like, Vanessa was recast, completely different take on the character, and then they pivoted after all the complaints and said, make
I
it
thought
canon,
Vanessa was still
continue it.
recast. I didn't
So
think
no,
she wanted to come back.
they brought the original actress back, but it's
Oh, did they? Christ. I need to pay attention to this
well,
stuff.
what happened was they brought her back, but her role is not as extensive as the original actress because, again,
Yeah.
they didn't want to reshoot everything, right? So, like, it's a different style that they're approaching. But again, the trailer, it leaked, and if you were to tell me it's like, yeah, this is just season 4, I'd be like, yep, that's it.
Yeah, it looks it. Yeah. It's
Like,
like, cool. There's Bullseye, there's Punisher, there's Kingpin. Like, this is Daredevil.
and I don't mean this as an insult. I mean this as a positive. So don't take it as me saying it looks bad. It looks like it has the cheapness of the Netflix look. Like,
it's got that grime all over it.
Yeah, and like some of the sets you can see are just, they're not overly designed and loaded with things, and
like, because didn't they film in New York again for this?
They did, exactly.
Yeah, so
and then and then interiors were closed sets and actual locations. And the one thing from the trailer that jumped out at a lot of people was Kamala Khan's dad is in this, so we're getting that MCU connection.
Yeah, he's running away from the Punisher, like.
Matt, prove I'm wrong. Prove I did nothing wrong. Checks his heartbeat. Let me just call my friend Frank Castle. He's actually dealt with the same thing in the comics, and it did not end good for those people doing those things. So,
but do we actually get Miss Marvel in this?
I think so. I think we're going to. Yeah.
I hope so. It'd be interesting having Marvelani.
I'm gonna guess
completely juxtaposed. I can't even whatever that word is,
Yeah. Here's what I'm guessing happens. We're gonna have her dad looking for a lawyer that wants to support their case against the discrimination stuff that happens in Miss Marvel with the what was it? What's that organization? Was it Damage Control or
no? Was it Damage Control?
No, it wasn't. It was whatever that organization that was after them was. Like, he's gonna try to get them to like take on their case. And
God, why can't I remember that name?
And I think Kamala will 100% appear, but I don't think we see her using powers and stuff. I think she just appears as low-key Kamala Khan. I
kind of hope we get a bit of powers of her.
I would love it, but like, man, that'd be so interesting. Because could you imagine, like?
I mean, I can, and that's kind of why I want it more. Like, it's a dingy lit hallway, like Daredevil's doing his thing, and then you just get the sparkles behind him. It's perfect.
Imagine Daredevil gets like tossed off a building, and suddenly Kamala just forms like a ramp or a slide for him with her powers, and he's like, "What?"
Oh, I forgot she's a lantern. Goddamn.
Yeah, she's a cheap lantern knockoff. So yeah, like.
Or maybe they go like, "Hey, yeah, that was a thing that happened and passed by."
Yeah. Like,
does she have both the quantum bands now?
I think she has one, right?
I can't remember that movie.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what happens. I gotta go rewatch a bunch of things. It's been a bit. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I like that for the first time in the Daredevil series. It's wild that we're saying this, but it's connected to the MCU, and you can see it, and like, it has that effect. And I'm hoping that they don't use the good old Jeff Loeb line of, well, Avengers Tower, where it should be, it's just around the corner, and you're not seeing it because you don't need to.
I hope for the sake of nostalgia. Well, here's the thing. They can't even do that shot with Avengers Tower in it. Because Avengers Tower doesn't exist.
Yeah, true. It's whatever it is now.
Yeah, now Matt's going to be referencing Nick Cage and Iron Fist, and you're never going to see them.
Woo! Iron Fist, yeah! Woo!
I could hire some help, but I'm not going.
Iron Fist is too busy in Wakanda. But I did kind of hope that like, they keep the references the same. Like, give me the green guy again. I want that sort of shit.
Oh my god, you want that on the nose?
Yeah, like keep that. This has to feel like Daredevil season 4. Can't just look like it.
They're gonna talk about the blip and be like, the incident of the blip.
Yeah, exactly. Because you think about it, right? Didn't Peter Parker's school called it something else. They didn't call
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Everybody has like a different name for it.
Yeah, that's like, hey, sod it. Just call it the
Yeah.
instant. The big purple guy. Done. Why would they know his name's Thanos?
That's true. They'll reveal that, like, oh yeah, Matt, didn't you try to make it to fight Squidward? Yeah, but I didn't make it. It was daytime, and
Yeah, I need like at least like a 2-minute montage of him just showing up really late to specific things.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we need here. Now
Like he arrives on the beach after the cops have taken Vulture away. Like you just see Spider-Man swinging off. Give me stuff like that.
Now, I do want to bring this up because they're saying that the series releases in March, right? And we don't know exactly when in March, but 9 episodes. If they release it in like the second or third week of March, it's going to overlap with Thunderbolts. And the rumors keep on persisting that he might, like Bullseye might show up in Thunderbolts, which honestly would make sense. So I would honestly like it if that happened, because we also heard that there's a chance that Bucky might appear in Daredevil Born Again. So, I mean,
I'd be surprised if Bullseye's in Thunderbolts just because it seems like a lot.
Same, yeah.
Like you got all this in the Sentry, and we assume Sentry is like the big thing for the end. So why just shove Bullseye in there? But
maybe if like he's in one of the recruitment montages, like Yelena or somebody goes to him, and he's like, "Sorry, I got a couple things I got to deal with." You might have heard of the Devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Also, the Bullseye suit aesthetic would fit the whole Taskmaster and Ghost look.
Sorry. You mentioned Taskmaster.
Oh, sorry, I forget Americans can't taste anything without like 1,000 pounds of sugar in it.
Involuntarily gag.
This is like organic, like natural. Like,
oh my
god.
God.
Good suits.
Yeah, like I mean, whatever happens, like I'm super hyped to see how Daredevil shapes up and what happens and what we're gonna get and like how they aim to hopefully address criticisms, from people in regards to the whole you're gonna ruin Daredevil, blah blah blah. Because I even saw some people talking about the leak, being like, "This doesn't look like Daredevil." I'm like, "Are you blind? Are you actually blind?" Like,
I mean, in fairness, they haven't thought about Daredevil for like 10 years, so yeah, they're gonna forget.
Yeah, revisionist histories now.
Yeah.
Like, I saw somebody being like, "I hope this series includes as much action as the original Daredevil." I'm like, did you watch the other Daredevil series? Because they do action for 3 minutes every 8 episodes. What are you talking about?
Remember how episode 7 was always downtime?
Yeah.
And it was always the smallest injury that caused it.
Oh, man.
So I'll be happy if that just doesn't happen. They can do literally whatever the hell they want. As long as episode 7 isn't Matt like bleeding out in his deathbed because he stubbed his toe.
It's cramps because he didn't get hydrated enough.
Didn't eat his bananas. Yeah, as long as that doesn't happen, I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's
because you've also got White Tiger in this show as well.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they had to confirm White Tiger considering all the leaks, so it would have been dumb if they play coy with it. Like,
it's true.
Yeah.
Now that's a suit that looks bad. I'm sorry, but that looks like a Netflix suit.
I mean, the set photos we got is like baggy everything, and like, I can't even explain how bad it looked. Yeah.
It's bad. Hopefully, because I assume he's going to pass it on in this show, and that's how we get. I can't even remember her name, who is the more well-known one, but.
Oh yeah. Pass it off to hopefully, like, because the male White Tiger is infinitely less interesting than the female.
Yeah.
So.
Also, R.I.P. the actor. I can't remember his name, but that sucks.
Yeah. Crazy. So, any closing thoughts on that here Daredevil Born Again?
We are back.
The female White Tiger's name is Ava.
That's okay.
the
That's what it
one,
was.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to get it. I kept thinking Alejandra, but that's Ghost Rider, so I didn't want to botch it up.
You're the only person that remembers that Ghost Rider.
Yeah, we stand strong, all three Alejandra fans.
Let's say, how many people are in your head? Goddamn.
I'm like Moon Knight. All
I
the
was going
different
to say
personalities
season
are.
2 confirmed. So.
I thought it was just that and Kazar.
Woo!
I wouldn't be surprised if he just made Kazar up, to be honest.
That's what Marvel says anytime somebody brings him up as well. They're like, did you just make that character up? What are you talking about?
No, look, I'm holding issue 1 right here. It's like,
I'm sure you are.
like one issue, it just disappears.
Scrubbing it from the. That's Kevin Feige pruning the timeline for me. He's like, you can't give him this one.
Yeah. When the question's asked, every Kazar comic in the world turns into a scroll.
Man, can you believe Marvel Studios still hasn't made a Secret Invasion project?
No, it's wild. Maybe Captain Marvel 3 or 2.
Yeah,
we haven't had a sequel yet.
We got the Marvels, but not Captain Marvel 2. So
that was not me commenting on the quality of the Marvels and sliced. I like that.
Just imagine how cool Super Skrull could be.
Oh, with good CG. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm picturing that they would give a character a terrible Drax arm, but I know they wouldn't do that. You can't do that.
No. Why would that ever happen?
Or give the character powers from the end of Endgame that weren't even at the battle of Endgame. How would that? I mean, continuity. It's just terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't kill off Maria Hill for no reason either.
Or Talos.
Because we haven't seen Maria Hill in a long time. I wonder where she is and how she's doing.
Yeah. Man. Fever dream, I tell you. Parallel universes colliding in our brains. So,
stuff's wild. The shambles really hit them hard, huh? Like they can't even get Maria Hill in the show. Crazy.
Can't pay anybody to appear on anything anymore.
No.
Shambles. Well, speaking of shambles, this podcast has shambled on long enough. So we are going to do 3 members topics. So you guys are effectively going to get like another podcast worth. I want to talk about some stuff. So
last thing nobody knew about is that Kevin Feige appeared in Fortnite. And
are you making this up?
No, they actually did a live stream in Fortnite, and he actually showed up on stage and was talking about it. And that the reference for Fantastic Four, the reference for Galactus, was the event that Fortnite had for Galactus destroying the entire island. So he sent that around to the entire team of that kind of grand scale is what he wanted.
MCU Marvel Comics needs to reference Fortnite for that.
This is like when the freaking opening crawl of Rise of the Skywalker was telling us what happened in Fortnite. My brain melted in the movie theater.
But
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot from what someone was saying. You're gonna get a lot of stuff like maybe referencing and crossing over because of what Disney is investing into Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Unreal Studios. So
yeah. Well, they got to use it for the volume, so because it's powered by Unreal. So I guess.
And Feige was like, so trying to hype up the crowd, saying you can't. He's like, you can't describe how many people who play Fortnite are getting introduced to Marvel characters and wanting to, read about them or go see a movie or an animated show that has them in there. So that's why you're seeing a lot more skins from Disney and Marvel are starting to pop up and stuff.
Literally anything other than advertising the comics.
Right? Literally.
Literally anything else other than physically marketing the comics, making comics easily accessible, literally anything.
That's what I appreciate about DC. All their stuff is ending with, "Hey, read this comic if you want to know more about this project."
Didn't they put out that Batman?
For
the books to read,
for current. I think currently they're reissuing a lot of series that are easy to get into, and the print size are. I guess they're trying to copy the manga style for volumes. And it's easier to read. And
Disney, let me give you unlimited smart idea. You know how you just rolled out Disney, Hulu, and HBO all under one login?
Put
Add
Marvel Unlimited in
Marvel Unlimited right in that
Yeah.
combo. Make that a thing.
there. Yeah.
Fix that app. You could hire somebody for $30 to make it run smoother, and
Yeah.
I promise you, you will succeed. Come on.
Because I know, like DC with their new line, a lot of bookstores and comic shops have been saying those volumes have been selling.
Oh
like,
yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah. It's not surprising, but hey, Marvel got a Marvel, so we'll talk
Yeah.
more about Marvel. I'm assuming next podcast, everybody. So stay tuned.
This is the
and,
Marvel book cast, so
True. Well, it's been light on DC news, so I guess we'll see you all guys next week, and hopefully we see you in the member section for 3 more topics.